those wrists, cold blood in my fists, we fire starters. One of a million will reach those heights. Always get a feeling that I won't deny that work. Never could toss, look in my eyes, I'm on the rise. A couple million now, I'm causing a commotion. I've been coasting, hear my name around the world like an explosion.
So rise up, rise up. We are the apocalypse, and a path that keeps us floating. As we fly above the stars, the light won't scare us falling. So rise up. Fly too great to be landed. Rise up. Fly too great to be standing.
They ain't gonna stop us, fly right on like choppers. Better cut those wrists, cold blood in my fists, we fire starters. Let's go. One of a million will reach those heights. Always get a feeling that I won't deny that work. Never could toss, look in my eyes, I'm on the rise.
All right, let's get this thing going. Shit. There you go. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, hold on. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Zilla show. Welcome to, Welcome to, well, Evening Hate. Rickzilla's Evening Hate. I'm Rickzilla. And this is going to be like well, I don't know if it's going to be a once in a lifetime thing. Whenever I feel the need to feel the hate flow through me. Like how Palpatine would say, let the hate flow through you. It's just me saying my thing. But again, I'm feeling a bit hateful. In this sense, I need to let the hate out. Let the hate flow through me. Because, well, Adrazia is if we don't remember who Adrazia is, let's just say she's pining for attention. Unfortunately, Adonis Paul and the fuck people are now preoccupied with Letitia's bullshit, and Adrazia is still trying her best to let's just say stir the pot, and now she's trying to go after Niece Lone Wolf, but she's also trying to talk shit about Alex Jones, which I don't understand why. What does he have to do with you? Anyway, let's take a look at. Yes, this is going to be like our old Mary Sunday Best. It's been a long time since I've talked about her. I guess it's been a long time since I dedicated an entire stream solely to Adrazia, but I guess we'll look at what she's talking about. God damn it, Mary. Can you not? Can you get through one day without trying to make everything about you? Oh wait, no, you can't. Let's start out. this one.
The Alex Jones trial is getting fun. They're going to be setting some fun new rules for all the liars out there. So he actually showed up in court yesterday and had one of the people that went on the stand for him said, I need to make the court clear that Alex is very sick from all of this.
There's
he's
James.
receiving harassment from people online because of it, and it's made him extremely physically ill from all of the emotional abuse and harassment that he's going through. He's very sick right now. And the lawyer said, "Don't you see this as hypocritical at all?"
Well, don't you think that this... Ugh. I could say the same about you, Adrasdia. Don't you think it's hypocritical that you're comparing your bullshit to what's going on with this trial? And now you're starting to compare Alex Jones to Adonis Paul. It goes to show how you are so in need of attention that you'll latch on to anything that's going on in the news. You're a clout chaser and a grifter.
That man has just put the families of dead children through emotional torment for nearly a decade. And now he's staggered into court saying, "I'm so sick from emotions, Your Honor. It's just so hard for me." Motherfucker, are you serious?
Are you?
You mean you're finally understanding what you put these families through for the last couple of years? Good. So good. Just wonderful. You know, I feel the same way when people come to me and say, "You know, Adonis Paul has heart problems. You can't say anything to him. He has heart problems."
Yeah, he does have heart problems.
I have mental health issues and a lot of physical health issues, and that doesn't stop him from doing anything to me.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Now you make it all about you, and now you're turning it around and saying, "I have mental health issues. I have I have health issues." Full fucking horse shit. We know you're a pathological liar. We know that you make up or fake an illness to garner sympathy and attention from strangers who will give you money so that you can get high.
So, it's almost like all people like Alex Jones and Adonis Paul are hypocrites. They're perfectly fine with making other people sick, with putting other people through absolute nightmares. But if it comes back on them at all, you know, he has a bad heart.
Well, the reason why I'm going back to looking at Adrastia right now is because, well, we're trying to get her to give me attention. Well, Hatman suggested. Hatman made the suggestion. But we're going from past to current. Because, well, Adrastia wants attention, and I'm giving it to her. Well, someone's giving it to her, but it's not Adonis Paul. It's me, Mary. I'll be taking over from now on.
Heart. He has bad nerves. You can't say anything to them. It doesn't matter that one of the women he's pushing to
No, he's talking about Adonis Paul.
Suicide right now is literally pregnant.
Adonis Paul is not pushing Letitia to suicide, you stupid Momo.
No, but he has a bad heart.
Letitia has a history of mental problems, and she's very fucking insane.
I feel it's important to point out that the woman who has been bragging
And now you're trying to,
about
and now
buying
you're
her
gonna...
phone in order to do things to me is insisting that she wouldn't come to hurt me because it would be a 24-hour trip. And what that tells me
Imagine
is that this woman has
so obsessed
planned
with
and
someone
timed
that she'll
exactly
make
how
up.
long it would take.
Imagine being so obsessed with someone that you don't like that you'll make up some bullshit stories about how he's attacking and trying to kill someone else. Face it, Adrazdia. Your 15 minutes of fame have expired. At this point, I'm pretty much beating a dead horse. And no, that's not me threatening you. It's a figure of speech. You are basically a dead horse. And now you're just a pile of remains.
Take her
Yes,
to my
Roger.
home. She knows how many hours it would take to get to me. And she thinks that saying that she knows this information makes her less suspicious. After a year and a half of receiving death threats from this woman, telling me to kill myself, having her contact people to take my therapist's license away from me.
No, bitch. No, bitch. You put your therapist's personal information on the internet. You were the one you were the one that caused your therapist to cut you off. And by the way, Kenesha is not your therapist. She's basically like a work experience girl. She wasn't really equipped to handle your bullshit. And not to mention, you would lie about your YouTube channel. What Bernice Morgan did was show her your YouTube channel, and yeah, she dropped you. So again, it's not the internet's fault that you lost your therapist. It's yours. Same with Dr. Carol and Letitia.
Telling me you documented and plotted out how long it would take to kill me
Yes,
does not
Roger.
ease my mind.
Nope, it doesn't ease your mind, you dumb bitch. And yes, I'm trying to. So, yes, I'm Tarantinoing this bitch. I'm going Tarantino on Adrazdia right now. Because, well, it's been a long time since I've seen Mary, so I'm trying to keep up. Then again, Mary is hard to sit through since Letitia took her title. I mean, Adrazdia, you just can't accept the fact that Letitia has taken your place as the most hated woman on the internet. Hey, Robin. Good to see you here.
Make a video saying thank you to my friend who has been donating to me recently. But I feel horrible because one person
Here we go.
has been donating a lot to me to help me out.
Ah, God damn it. Mary.
And I hate that I need those donations.
Oh, so now she's feeling guilt. Oh, so now you're feeling guilty that you're grifting. Now that you're feeling guilty that you have to grift a bunch of simps on Facebook for weed money. Looks like your lies are catching up. All we had to do was just pay you to do a service, and you couldn't even do that because you think it's being cruel to someone. Fuck off with that shit. It's a joke. It's a fucking joke, Adrazdia. It's a fucking joke at James's expense, you dumb moomo.
I do what I can to get by without having to rely on people.
Yeah, she stole
I have
Hatman's
to
money.
beg.
yesterday when I received that message saying that they would send me the $10 if I would sing a song.
Real
I
Adrazia
was so
Smith.
happy because I was like, well,
Oh my god. And yet you
I won't have to ask anybody this week.
So you would receive money. So you would sing you would rather sing a shitty song than tell James that he was never going to score? Yeah.
I could just sing a song and earn the $10 that I
And
need.
here are the fake tears.
And I did.
And by the way, this was on the 22nd. A few weeks ago.
And the money never came, and
I wonder why. You owe that person money, Adrazia.
my friend, who has already sent me so much,
Oh, here we go.
had to pay me that $10 that this other person promised and wouldn't pay.
They tell that $10, Adrazia. Hatman, you stole Hatman's money. Hatman paid you to tell James that he was never going to score. But you didn't do it because you think that that's just being cruel to someone. Full fucking horse shit. It's a joke.
Because whether you pay it or not, I still need it. It's been promised to somebody who desperately needs help. And that person still desperately needs help.
Oh.
And now the person that has to help me is the same person that's already lost so much.
It's very bad weed.
And I hate myself
And then there's she doing the goofy laugh.
because there's so much. And
You know how Letitia, every time she fakes a meltdown, she does the, the circus seal? Adrazia does like the goofy noise.
hate myself because this same person keeps having to bail me out when other people are putting me in that position.
And whose fault is that? Clearly not the person that gave you the $10 to tell James that he was never going to score, which he's never going to score, which he isn't.
Other people are the ones getting my hopes up. Other people are the ones not paying me for the work that I do. Other people are the ones causing it.
It is the
And
liar's
then this
cry.
one person is the one that has to keep paying for it.
Well, of course they're paying for it because, again, you're taking money from someone else. This is why our economy is fucked. People like you and Letitia are the reason why our economy is in the shitter right now. Well, that and incompetent people in the government.
It is all my fault because it's my existence that I can't afford.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, now you see why I only regulate. Now you see why I've only and now this is more
Feel the
directed towards niece. Here's Smug Mary.
need to point out there's probably a dozen channels that cover me and
Yeah, and I'm one of them. And yet you don't pay attention to me, you dumb bitch. Are we trying to get... I mean, I really don't want to start a war with Adrazia.
my existence at this point. My aunt is one of them. There's Adonis Paul, there's Daywave, there's Hatman, there's Original Owl, there's...
Yay! She mentioned Original Owl.
I don't know. There's a lot, and I don't even know them.
What? You didn't even mention me? I've spent an entire year covering you. I spent an entire year covering you, you dumb Momo. And yet you don't mention me? That's shame. For shame, Adrazia. Shame on you, Adrazia. You don't give me the recognition? I know that makes me feel self-centered and narcissistic. But again,
Noticed and never even looked into them.
of course he wouldn't. Then
The fact that every day Bernice Morgan tells people to specifically watch Adonis Paul's videos about me.
you mean the documentaries? You mean the Mayo documentaries? There are a few new people who don't know who the fuck you are. People from other communities who are still new to you. And Adonis Paul is probably the only one that has the documentaries on you. 3 documentaries were made on you. And he says that he doesn't do that much talking in the documentaries because he uses your videos that you private. He paid you to unprivate. He paid you to unprivate your videos, and you couldn't even unprivate all the videos.
He says a lot about what his videos say. Because she's not directing people to anybody else's videos.
Hey, say Levy Media.
She's not even directing people to my videos. And if Adonis Paul was only using my videos, they would be the same. It wouldn't matter if it was his video or mine because they would be the same video. The difference is that he adds lies to his videos that make it seem like I've done things that I haven't done. And when Bernice Morgan does what she's finally done, and she says she's already reported me to the FBI. I don't know what they're investigating me for, but if you don't think you're heavily involved in that at this point.
Exactly. That's exactly Roger. She's trying to get Adonis Paul to take down the Mayo documentaries. Oh no. He is not going to do that. He will not do that. Do you know how many hours he spent putting that shit together? Compared to the Letiti documentaries, those take effort. AP has put a lot of time and effort to put that shit together, and he doesn't do much talking in them. He just plays the videos mostly with instrumental songs of his choosing. The only time he speaks in those videos is he's recapping the events during the intermissions. That's just it.
Like, if they come after me, you don't think they're going to look into you at all? Like, you bought a burner phone to report me to the FBI, but then you made it public that you bought the burner phone and use it to report me to the FBI.
Exactly. She's never watched. Yes. How do you know if AP made those documentaries since you claim you don't watch his channel? You say you don't watch people like Original Owl or Hatman or Miss Moon. Well, she didn't mention Miss Moonbear. Thank God. But she mentioned Original Owl. She name dropped Original Owl, but she never name dropped me. I don't care.
You don't think if they contact me, I'm going to show them that? And there's going to be some questions for you, even if you're in Australia?
She is really obsessed with Niece Lone Wolf. Yes, Adrasia has a feud with Niece Lone Wolf for I don't know how long. Probably long before the Mayo documentaries. Probably long before AP came into her life. And yes, this is from the same. This is from last week, I think. Actually, no. Yeah, it was from like actually it's more like from 2 weeks ago. Well, come Friday, but 2 weeks.
I didn't do anything to these people.
Well, I beg to differ, Mary. And you didn't write a book. It's called I Will Never Stop Screaming. It's basically a ripoff of Dave Pelzer's A Child Called It.
The reason so many people want me dead is because they were lied to about me.
Yeah, no. Your book is full of lies. Your whole family has confirmed that you like to insert yourself in the stories you used to read as a kid. You like to pretend that you are the main character in those stories.
By other people. And I've been dealing with this for nearly 2 years now.
Yeah.
Because other YouTubers took my story and they twisted it to turn me into a bad person. They sent their thousands of followers to hurt me for being a bad person, for not being able to work, for being mentally ill, for speaking out about my abusive family.
Oh boy. Yeah. I still need to catch up on Adrazia's bullshit. And now you know why I took a break from doing these Adrazia streams. It's stupid shit like this that she keeps spewing, accusing everyone of trying to kill her, saying that her abusive family is trying to murder her and all that shit. Fuck off with that. How many times have I watched? I've spent an entire year watching this, and I can pick up the signs, and I can see the signs, and I'm starting to get a grasp of all the cycles she goes through.
They took it on themselves to hurt me for these things because they believed the people that told them.
All right, Robin.
They believed that Adonis Paul was telling the truth when he told them I was a murderer. They believed.
Again, where did he say that you murdered Roberta Laws? Where did you hear that he said that you murdered Roberta Laws? He said in the first Mayo documentary that you didn't murder, that he doesn't believe you murdered Roberta Laws. He said you were an excess. He said that being an accessory and hiding the body isn't out of the realm of possibility. He said whether or not you were an accessory or isn't out of the realm of possibility. He didn't specifically say you murdered Roberta Laws, you dumb Momo.
Everything they were told about me. And now my life is hell because they want me to kill myself because of the things that they were told about me. And there is nothing I can do to prove that these people lied about me. I have to spend the rest of my life knowing that everybody I meet wants me to kill myself for things that I didn't do.
Well, I'm starting to... Now I know she's faking this whole bullshit. This is one of her cycles, is her pity cycle, where she's crying about how people are trying to kill her. You know, she's only fake. All this is just fake. All of this is just fake so that she's trying to let's just say appease a group of simps who don't know the full story. And yes, Niece Lone Wolf has every right to tell people to look at the Mayo documentaries, because those documentaries have confirmed And it's not just him. He's not speaking about you. He's just using your videos and talking during intermissions. That's not him lying about you. He's just using your words against you, Mary.
That's why it's so important to be honest.
Hey, Grisella.
It is so important to tell the truth. Because you don't know where a lie is gonna go. Once you start telling stories on people, you don't know who's going to hear it or what they're going to do in retaliation. You can't control where the lie goes once you've created it and put it out into the universe.
Where in the Mayo documentaries have you heard Adonis Paul lie about you? He got a few things wrong. Yes, he did get a few things wrong in the first documentary. He thought you lived in a tent. Well, actually, you did live in a tent. But you also lived in a trailer on your grandmother's property. I don't know whether or not if it was a trailer or a tent, but you were living in a trailer. Hell, I had this conversation with Reality Check earlier this year about the whole thing, about you bullshitting about the property, your grandmother's property. And we were talking about this after your mother passed away. So yeah. Miss me with that shit.
That's why it's so important to just tell the truth. Especially when it comes to other people. Because other people wouldn't tell the truth about me, I have to live a life that's a lie.
Well, you do live a life that's a lie. In your books, you keep bringing up you kept saying that Kenneth McBride shackled you to a bed and raped you. That was a lie. Not to mention, you lied about how you kept saying that rats were eating at your feet when you were a baby. Again, you got that from a book or a movie. Either one, it's not true. You wouldn't be walking if it were true.
I have to accept the stones being thrown at me for crimes that I didn't commit.
Well, again, I don't believe you killed Roberta Laws, but you hid the body. And the reason why you're freaking out is because you're guilty. You feel guilty over the fact that you helped conceal a murder. Well, actually, you waited 5 weeks to go to the police. But before you went to the police and turned Kenneth in, you were selling all of Roberta's possessions. You were pawning off her possessions, her belongings. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. But there's CCTV footage, there's security footage of you going into the Walmart with Kenneth to purchase the shovel. That's in the court records. And the court records don't lie.
Because other people lied. And those other people, they're not being attacked for lying.
Because they're not lying. They're using your words against you.
Being praised.
Oh,
and
Jesus
paid.
Christ.
They make thousands of dollars a week doing this to people.
I don't even make that much money on you. But then again, I don't have that many subscribers. But that's going to change. I mean, again, if you like this shit, please hit that like button, share this with your friends, and why not subscribe to my channel? Get everyone to get in on this fun. We're almost on the verge of 500. And if you feel a little generous and want to donate a few something, you can check out the links in the description as well as in the pinned comment if you want to donate a few dollars my way. It helps the channel out, and also it pisses off people that don't like us. Like Mary and Letitia. And James, too. Fuck him.
Sending people to hurt others for their
You will co-op.
lies. They profit
Yeah,
off
I got
of
that
lies.
mic.
They make thousands of dollars
Moon.
lying about innocent people.
Innocent.
The people they lie about suffer.
The lie, you suffer. Well, I hate to disappoint you, but it's no one else's fault but yours, Adrazia. Since you pretty much, put your shit out there for everyone else to see. You say shit without provocation. We didn't know that you were an accomplice to a murder until you went on about it. We just, assumed that you murdered ducks because you were feeding them rice. I cannot believe all this started because of mayonnaise in the hair, in your hair, of you putting it all started. I mean, it's hard to believe that all this started with mayonnaise in your hair. I mean, if it had just been that, we would have pegged you off as some cow that's some ordinary cow that would be easily forgotten, but you had to ramp it up, and make a whole spectacle about the situation that you're in. And then you falsely accuse internet talk show hosts of shit that they didn't do to you.
For me, it won't end until I'm dead. They won't be dead. They want me to kill myself. And it's never going to stop until Adonis Paul's dream of me dying has been achieved.
It ain't gonna get... Unfortunately, it's gonna take a long time for your dream to be achieved, Mary.
And you can say, well, I didn't do it. You're the reason they're on my channel. You're the reason that they think I'm a murderer. You're the reason that they think I've done all of these things.
That's not the reason, you dumb bitch. You didn't kill Roberta Laws. AP said it that you did not murder Roberta Laws. He just said that whether or not you were an accessory to the murder or you helped hide the body is not out of the realm of possibility. That's all he said. He also told people not to harass you. But since you can't keep your mouth shut, yeah, of course people are going to leave some, well, nasty comments. But that's part of being a YouTuber. Of course you're going to get some haters. And yes, this is a better mic.
And you can say that it's not your fault. You can't control your followers. You can control the lies that come out of your mouth. You can absolutely control the lies that spew from you. And you won't. That's why it's your fault.
You do know that this is all just her act. This is her act. She's ramping up the craziness. She gets, and this is part of the cycle, part of the Adrazia cycle, is that she'll get more extreme. She'll start acting manic, hoping that people will pay attention to her, hoping that someone with half a brain is going to start caring about her. And unfortunately, she's had that with JRC3, because you see several people in several videos, he is commenting on Mary, saying that she's kicking ass and taking names. Now tell me, does that sound like someone an adult would, a 39-year-old would say about someone? That sounds like something a child would say. But then again, they're both mentally children. Thanks a lot, Ronald Reagan, for shutting down the nut houses.
When people believe your lies and attack the person you're going after. Because you're the one that told the lie.
What lie?
You're the one that made them so angry at me. You're the one that made them want to kill. And set their sights on me.
All we just did was tell you that all we did was just give you, all what Hatman did was give you $10 to tell James that he was never going to score. And you couldn't even do that. You always have to make a big deal out of small things. You always have to make a big deal out of trivial bullshit because you are so desperate for attention. Because you are a fucking narcissist.
All I've done is tell the truth.
No, you didn't. You didn't tell the truth. We're shit. And this is a YouTube short.
Documenting what you're doing to me is not harassment towards you. I have spent 1.5 years receiving death threats from you.
Robin. Don't worry, Robin.
I have the right to document these threats. I have the right to document things that are happening to me in my life.
Now, Robin, does that sound like something Draven would say?
I have the right to protect myself by making the situation known to as many people as possible when somebody is threatening to murder me, buying burner phones to do so. You reported me to the FBI? Wonderful.
Yep, that does sound like Draven. That does sound like Draven.
Tell them you bought a burner phone to murder me with. Report that. Document.
Yeah, that does sound like Draven. Robin.
Donis Paul thinks he's too big to go down with this because...
Well, it's because he is too big. Well, then again, he's normal size. But again, he's done with you. Adonis Paul is done with your stupid ass, Adrazia. He has no time for you since he's covering Leticia. Your 15 minutes of fame have expired long ago. At this point, you are basically a dead horse. And there's no point in beating a dead horse, right? At this point, you're nothing more than a skeleton. You're nothing more than skeletal remains at this point. It's been 1 year since you've made yourself the laughing stock you are right now. All this could have been avoided had you not engaged with internet hosts. All this could have been avoided had it just been mayonnaise in the hair. If it were just that, we would have forgotten about you and moved on with our lives. But no, you had to make everything about yourself. You had to go and put yourself out there. You had to say this shit without people even provoking you. Now look at you. Begging people to listen to you, begging people to give you attention, begging people to give you money. I mean, for God's sakes, you're like 37 years old. You're almost 40 years old, and you still don't act like an adult. And I could say that with a bunch of people that I know.
He thinks he's Donald Trump. He thinks he can lead an insurrection and not get caught. That's why I'm documenting everything. That's why it's important to document everything so that in the future, after this is over, after this woman has murdered me and the police are looking into what happened, they can look at the right people.
Yeah, that's true.
So why am I pointing at Adonis Paul if Bernice Morgan is the one threatening me?
Adonis Paul has no control over his audience. Adonis Paul is an internet talk show host with a cartoon avatar. I said this when I covered some of your videos, and yet you keep bringing his name up. It's almost as if you're obsessed with him. Kind of like how some people are obsessed with other internet personalities. I'm not naming who, but you know who you are. Adrazia. There is a saying. Adrazia.
Why am I saying it's Adonis Paul? Because she's doing it due to his videos. And every day in my comments, you'll see people ask
Adonis Paul
why
for
she
president.
hates me so much. And do you know what she says? Go watch Adonis Paul's videos and you'll understand.
Well, I've seen all 3 of the Mayo documentaries.
She doesn't say to watch my videos to understand why you should hate me.
Well, we don't need to watch your videos to hate you.
She says, watch Adonis Paul's videos.
Or Hatman's. But that was just one video that Hatman did. That's where I found Adrazia, is through Hatman. But then I started watching Adonis Paul's documentaries on her, and, well, it's really fucking insane how we end up in this situation, right? All right. A wise man once said,
So part of the trial, Alex Jones got pissed off.
and yet he's still, and yes, we're catching up. I'm just catching up on Mary because, again, it's been a long time since I've done a Mary stream. I've only regulated her to just one video, 1 or 2 videos on the Zilla show, because, well, most of it is dedicated to Letitia, and some of it is dedicated to other cows, which hopefully soon we'll just go back to looking at other people, especially the IRL people, because I still need to catch up on the IRL community. Not to mention there's some new cows I want to look at. And also there's Ralph.
That very many people actually believed him about the Sandy Hook shooting not happening. You know, he thinks he can just say things and it doesn't go anywhere. So they held a poll. 75,000 people voted that they believed Alex Jones, that they did not believe the Sandy Hook school shooting occurred because of Alex Jones. Alex Jones was forced to pay $1 for every person he misled. 75 million people. Keep telling yourselves that you don't have an impact.
Eat ass, Adrastia. And now we go on to more.
So
Murderer! Mar. The frogs know what you did, Mary. Well, actually, it's Adrazia. The reason why we kept calling you murderer is because we're making fun of how you pronounce it. We're making fun of how you pronounce murderer. Kind of like how we make fun of Shanty for mispronouncing her G's.
His fans are all up in arms in my comments, screaming at me. Adonis Paul never lies.
And yeah, she's wearing. This is the first we've seen her wear the Powerline T-shirt. And how long has she been wearing that T-shirt?
A god.
Well, he's not a god. He's a Adonis Paul is not a god. He's a prophet. He is a prophet to Cornholio.
Dare you? Everything he says, you've said. He just adds the truth. No, he does not add the truth. He adds lies, proven by the fact that I'm not in prison. If I had murdered somebody, I would be in prison.
The fact that you didn't, and Adonis Paul has said in the Mayo documentaries that you never murdered Roberta Laws. He said it in the first instance, in the first half of the Mayo documentary. You're just too stupid enough to see that. Or then again, you've never watched his videos because you think he's harassing you. You think he's trying to get you to kill yourself. Oh, hey, Clean, you're in Stash. Good thing that I saw your live. You are fucking awesome. Hopefully, we'll see more from you in the near future. Also,
if I could committed conspiracy to murder someone, I would be in prison. If I had...
The fact that you should have been in prison is an understatement. They weren't looking for you. You just did what Letitia did and tried to go for the insanity plea so that they could let you off easily. They were more happy to throwing away a chomo like Kenneth McBride because, well, he has a criminal record for being a chomo. They just wanted an excuse to put him away forever. You weren't even on the police's radar.
Committed accessory to murder, I would be in prison. Adonis Paul has convinced his fans that I have committed felonies and not gone to prison.
I know, Jeremy.
You all really believe that he is a better investigator than the actual investigators of the crime. He's not. He's just a liar.
Well, that makes you a liar too, Adrazia. And by the way, you were an accessory and witnessed the murder. That's why you're not in prison. You snitched. You were a snitch. Yeah. Like what Samael said. Keep AP's name out of your fucking mouth, you Momo.
Alex Jones is actually delusional.
Well, that's true.
Kind of
Well, then again, he's a conspiracy nut. And he's probably retarded. Well, actually, Alex Jones admitted on Joe Rogan when Joe Rogan got him all high, he admitted that he was partially mentally retarded.
Sad to watch. So, a little bit of explanation for those that don't know the situation. Alex Jones is now he's telling the reporters and everything that it's like a miscarriage of justice, that he's going to trial and he's already been found guilty. He went up there and the judge told the jury, now remember, he's already guilty. We're not here to decide whether he's guilty. And so
And by the way,
he's all
James, you're never
angry
going to
because
score.
He doesn't get a trial to figure out
James?
whether he's guilty.
You are never going to
The
score.
reason he doesn't get that is because he kind of waived that last year. Well, for a couple of years.
James, you're never going to score.
The parents of Sandy Hook children who have been receiving harassment.
Yada, yada,
They
yada.
started the lawsuit years ago, but every time they would reach out to Jones, he would ignore them or double down on his claims and make the harassment they were experiencing worse. One of these families has had to relocate 7 times to get away from Alex Jones' supporters.
I'm reporting
And
Carlos.
so after years and years and years of trying to sue him and having him ignore all of the things that come to him, they sent him letters over and over saying, look, you're being sued. If you don't show up, you will lose. You have to show up. News flash. If somebody sues you, even if you believe you can win,
Mary, you don't have any money to sue Adonis Paul.
you still have to acknowledge the lawsuit.
What's this have to do with Adonis Paul?
Jones never acknowledged the lawsuit, and last year a verdict was passed.
You're an
a
idiot.
Default verdict against him.
Why are you bringing up the Sandy Hook shooting? Why are you bringing that up? And this is where, well, this is, I think it's either this video or the one that came after where she's comparing herself to the victims of Sandy Hook. I mean, can you be, how selfish and narcissistic do you have to be to compare yourself to a tragedy, to a national tragedy? Or actually, it's more like a regional tragedy, but still. How selfish does someone have to be to compare herself to a tragedy like that? And I don't know who this Carlos Martinez is, but from what I heard, he's not really a good guy. He's from what I hear, he's a troll trying to fuck with people. Yeah. And screw you for and screw Carlos Martinez for using Razor Ramon as your avatar, as your profile pic, because that is a disrespect on Scott Hall. That is disrespectful to Scott Hall's memory.
Because he chose not to fight. Because he stood up there on his channel, on his soapbox, and said that he had all of the evidence he needed. And then when the time came to show that evidence, he never showed up. Because he felt like he had already won. Why show up? Because there's a legal process, buddy. Even if you believe you've already won, you believe you have everything you need, you still have to show up and prove it. He chose not to.
And where is this going, Adrasia? Where is this pertaining to? Are you comparing Adonis Paul to Alex Jones? Sounds like you are.
He's complaining that he
Sounds
never
like you
got
are.
a trial. They're just claiming he's guilty
Sound like you are.
without ever proving he's guilty. You don't get a trial now. You waived your right to the trial when you ignored the trial last year. So yeah, now they're not doing a trial to decide whether you're innocent or guilty. They're doing a trial to decide how much money you owe
How much money you owe? Fuck it.
for the crime that you committed. This is normal. He's acting like it's the most unusual thing in the world, but it's actually very normal. You have one trial to find guilt and one trial to
I know
find...
Carlos is trying to butter up to
what
me.
would you call it?
You think I don't know that?
Repercussions? Punishment?
I don't like how Draven tries to butt up to me.
How did he make it this far in life without knowing these things?
He's a conspiracy theorist. And not to mention, Alex Jones is, I think he's become a meme at this point. At this point, Alex Jones is basically a meme. Do you really think people listen to him? Do you really think people pay attention to him? He is a joke. A fucking joke. The only reason why people watch InfoWars is to laugh at him. He is not informative. He is not trustworthy. He is a laughingstock in the journalism, in the journalist community. He is an insult on journalism. Nobody takes him seriously. Nobody takes Alex Jones seriously, you stupid Momo. We're on our... Now this is 2 days ago. Yes. You have my... Lock on Stratos, you have my permission to yeet Carlos. You have my permission to yeet Carlos. Report his dumb ass. Send him to the cleaners. Sorry, I'm hopped up.
Some of the newer people here don't
Mr.
even know
Sneak.
who I am.
Well, that's why there's the Mayo documentaries, to know who you are.
So he says, well, I hope for your sake there is never an event which leads to a dystopian-like atmosphere, because if words can destroy your fragile existence, well, you know, I'd guess 2 or 3 days without electricity or running water might be a little taxing.
On one's anxiety. Oh man, you're so triggered. I mean, this is the thing that Adrasia does, is she gets triggered every time when she doesn't have any actual arguments. She gets triggered over people's comments. You obviously have no life if you're doing this shit.
In 2015, after my grandmother passed away, I became homeless. I stayed homeless until last year. There's videos on my YouTube of me sleeping in tents.
Hey, by the way, Robin, if you go onto Draven's stream, I encourage you to send wheelchair emojis his way. Robin, if you go on to Draven's stream tomorrow, I want you to post wheelchair emojis and call him a cripple. I don't know why, but don't say it's me. Just tell his audience to subscribe to my channel. It'll upset him. Or sub to Mantis. It'd be funny.
Do you think I had electricity and
Just
running
send
water when I was living in a tent on a sidewalk in LA? Do you think I had electricity and running water when I was living in a truck in a church parking lot in Oxnard? You're delusional. I've survived quite well without electricity and water in the past, and could easily do so again. I've even put up tips on how to survive.
We know. We've seen it in the Mayo documentaries. We've seen you demonstrate how you would piss in a Burger King cup and how you would shit in a wooden salad bowl. So yeah.
Without those things, you're the one that would probably have a problem in that scenario.
Well,
So yeah, harassment.
nobody cares, Madrasia. Nobody cares. You bring this shit up. You bring this shit up. We always remind you that you pooped in a salad bowl.
Is a lot harder on my nerves than living a homeless life.
Yes, the salad bowls.
Isn't that fun? Isn't this a fun new revelation? That a homeless person would rather be homeless than harassed.
You haven't been homeless ever since. You've only been homeless for at least.
Okay, so
Adrazia, you haven't been homeless since I want to say 2017, 2015. You got your Section 8 in 2021 last year. So I would say around 2017. You haven't been homeless since then. And you haven't been, well, you chose to be homeless, but you've only been homeless for like 2.5 years. You've lived in a truck. You've lived in a homeless shelter. You've lived in a motel, and that was before you got your Section 8 housing.
I held a poll 2 hours ago. 54 people have so far participated.
Yeah.
80% of my viewers believe that I'm a criminal based upon what Adonis Paul has put out about me. Only 20% of my viewers believe me that I'm not.
And I want to bet that James Robert Clark is one of the 20%. I want to bet. How many want to bet that James is also in that margin? How many want to bet that James Robert Clark is in the 20% that believe her? But then again, I don't think James actually believes Adrazia. I think he's only using her as a meat shield, the way Adrazia is starting to use Letitia as a meat shield.
Y'all want to say that I'm not surrounded by people that hate me, that there are a lot of people here that care. It's an 80-20 separation.
Nobody cares.
80% of the people on my channel right now want me to die.
Are you fucking kidding me, Mary? Are you fucking kidding me? 80% of people want you to die? Oh, God damn it, Mary. Mary, nobody wants you to commit suicide. Nobody wants you to die. We want you to live on so you can make shit like this. Because it's funny. Because it's funny for us to laugh at your stupidity. Also, quick reminder, like the stream, share this with your friends, and of course, subscribe to my channel. We're on the verge of 500. And also, if you feel generous and want to donate a few dollars my way, the links to my Streamlabs and my PayPal and my Cash App are in the description at Streamlabs/Rickzilla0825. PayPal Rickzilla54. PayPal/Rickzilla54. That's Streamlabs. Again, Streamlabs/Rickzilla0825. If you wish to donate. It helps the channel out, it helps the channel grow, and also it pisses off people like Mary and Letitia.
Because of lies that have been spread about me that they believe that the person that spread those lies will never take accountability for.
He didn't spread those lies, you dipshit. All he did was use your videos. Your own words against you. That's not spreading lies.
Okay, so I held a...
You're an idiot. Mary. And now,
So, one of the arguments I've seen for what makes my situation different from the Alex Jones situation is that I've had done a back and forth with these people. I
well, you
bring it on
did.
myself.
Well, you did. You've been going back and forth trying to argue with these people as if you're talking to them. You are not even good at that. You're not even good at arguing with people. Most of the times you're freaking out or you're faking a meltdown, threatening suicide, hoping that they'll back off. And yes, it did work. People did back off. Adonis Paul backed away from you when you were writing Virgie's name in your arm with your own blood. All this for over $60.
The Sandy Hook families never said anything to Alex Jones. But that's not true. Because one of the family members
They poopy.
did contact Mr. Jones. He did a TV interview to ask Alex Jones to stop harassing them.
Alex Jones also said that they're putting chemicals in the water that make the frogs gay.
And in response,
And I've seen some gay frogs around.
Alex Jones doubled down on his claims. And it got worse for the family. So, yes, in the Alex Jones situation, one of the people involved did have a back and forth with him where they were begging him to please stop. The same way that I've gone on record begging y'all to please stop.
The thing is, you're not reliable. You're not a reliable source. You're not a reliable narrator. Since, well.
So.
All right, so. This is Smug Drastia right here. Why do you think I titled this as Evening Hate? Because this is evening hatred. I have utmost hatred for Adrastia at this point. Holy shit, 14 people. 14! My God. Oh my God. Also, I forgot to make Zilla via mod.
Halfway through day one of the Alex Jones trial, I don't usually watch trials, so this is kind of new for me.
Well, you've never watched a trial because you weren't part of a trial. Because you were part of a trial when Kenneth McBride was going to trial for the murder of Roberta Laws, and you pled insanity because you were such a fragile, battered angel. Your argument was invalid. So and also Kenneth McBride also pled guilty on the murder of Roberta Laws, which he did. Which, of course, Kenneth McBride did murder Roberta Laws at your behest. He omitted to the part where you were sending the emails demanding him to, quote unquote, get rid of Roberta. I'm not saying you killed Roberta. I'm just quoting Rafik Eller. And to quote Rafik Eller, if he was a loaded gun, she pulled the trigger. Translation. Kenneth McBride is the loaded gun, and you were the one that pulled the trigger. Your words instigated this whole situation that you're in right now.
I've just finished the opening statements from.
Yeah, smash that like button, share this with your friends, and subscribe.
What has hit me the most is the lack of evidence on Alex Jones's side, because the first lawyer got up there Did his opening statement.
Yes, Adonis Paul only made 3 videos about him, about Adrastia. 3 documentaries. She's mentioned, he's only reduced, he's made a few streams on her, but that's only to get her to stop talking about him. And most of those streams are hosted on the Adrastia Revive channel. So yeah, Mary, leave Adonis Paul the fuck alone, you stupid Momo. He has nothing to do with your bullshit. He's an internet talk show host with a cartoon avatar. I keep saying that because, again, I'm playing your game. Because you like to repeat everything. So therefore, I get to repeat everything you say.
When he said that he had something that he had evidence of, he showed the evidence of it. He showed multiple video clips. When Alex Jones's lawyer was up there, he said, "We have proof of this. We have video of this. We're not going to watch it right now. I inquire you all. You should all watch it on your own free time."
Kind of like how James always keeps saying, "I'll leave links in the description. I'll leave links in the description." What links? What fucking links? To mental health? You're a fucking idiot. And James, fuck off. James Robert Clark, fuck you for using Adrastia as a meat shield. And now she's doing the same thing with Leticia, using her as a meat shield.
But it's there. And he went through his entire opening statement without showing a single video clip.
We'll cooperate.
But the whole time saying, "Oh, it's there, and I suggest you all watch them." Well, why aren't you showing them? This would be the time, sir.
You're not funny. Nobody likes you, Adrastia. Nobody likes you. You're a piece of shit. You're a liar. You're a grifter. You're a beggar. And let's not forget that Adrastia has also, she also prostituted herself for $10. Remember that? Lock on Stratos? Remembered when Adrastia was offering blowjobs on Facebook for weed money? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Yes, Robin, Adrastia offered blowjobs for $10 on Facebook.
It's almost as if they don't have any actual evidence. So the other thing that's sticking out to me is the arguments they're making sound very familiar to me.
What kind of arguments? Oh, jeez. I imagine being this fucking narcissistic. Imagine being this egotistical that you're going to compare a national tragedy to your bullshit lies. Yes, Adrastia, you're the one being disrespectful to the victims of the Sandy Hook shooting.
Because I get these arguments on a daily basis. They're saying, we're going to prove that Alex Jones did not murder these children and cause this pain. Nobody's saying he murdered the children. There's
like how they said nobody's saying you murdered Roberta Laws.
Saying he denied it and lied about it and caused harassment to the families.
Kind of like how you denied being involved in the murder of Roberta Laws. Kind of like how you denied harassing Adonis Paul and Daywave, harassing Virgie, trying to demonize and have people taken off YouTube because they don't agree with your bullshit stories.
Now, I've heard this. I've heard people saying, "We didn't kill your brother. We didn't kill your grandmother. We didn't do this to you."
Exactly. We're not. And we also don't believe you killed Roberta Laws. And no, we didn't kill your brother. Your brother died because his cerebral palsy was much more severe than Roberta Laws's. And your grandmother was old. She was too old to take care of your stupid ass.
No, you didn't. You just made videos lying and causing harassment because of it.
No. We're pointing out your bullshit stories. There was no will. You didn't even give a fuck about your brother. And also, you keep omitting to your involvement in the murder of Roberta Laws.
The other argument, they don't even watch the show. Y'all do that to me. You don't even watch the show.
You don't even watch, yeah, you don't watch AP's shows, but you're lurking. You know that he made 3 documentaries on you. We don't watch InfoWars because, again, well, most people who watch InfoWars just laugh at Alex Jones. They pretty much quote him whenever he talks about like how they're putting chemicals in the water to make the frogs gay. They just take clips from InfoWars and turn them into memes. Like there's this one meme where Alex Jones is going Super Saiyan, which is one of my favorite memes.
I don't have to know the harassment that I'm receiving because of it. They didn't have to watch the show to be harassed because of it. That's not the way harassment works.
Who's the one who tried to reach out to Philip DeFranco to report AP and all these other channels that review your content? You do know that Philip DeFranco is a busy man who has no time for your bullshit. He's busy with other shit.
You don't have to actively be involved in it for it to happen, unfortunately. It's definitely fascinating to watch this type of person.
I'm giving you the middle finger.
Pretend like they actually have a chance.
I'm giving Adrazia the middle finger.
Anything and just he said the Sandy Hook coverage was less than 1% of their entire coverage. And they started to object to that, and the lawyer said the judge said he's saying it, he's gonna have to prove it at some point. So that's gonna be fun to get to. I'm still on the day 1 of the trial. We're 4 days.
Why do you feel the need to talk about the Alex Jones trial?
Days in now, so there's a lot for me to catch up on. So after the day 1 video I watched, instead of going straight into watching day 2, I decided to watch one of the witnesses just by herself.
Jesus.
And man, this chick.
Yeah, you would lose it all.
How does she even sit up there and say these things?
How could you sit up there and say this stupid how could you sit in your shitty Section 8 apartment and say this shit trying to compare Alex Jones to Adonis Paul? Trying to compare this situation to your bullshit.
And what's going to help my case later?
How could
a lot
how is it
of
possible
the things we're talking about with her are clickbait. They're reading off title after title after title that is blatant lies, and she's saying, well, that's used to get people in to watch the video, and then when you watch it, it's something else. That's called clickbait. And a lot of the videos that Adonis Paul has made about me,
they're not clickbait.
They're going to try to say the same thing. Well, we titled the video that, but that's not what's inside the video. So I'm happy that they're bringing this up because it matters. Because not only is it like, I don't watch the videos, so I only get the clickbait title. Other people are also only going to get the clickbait title. So with that fundraiser, which was literally titled, Let's Go Pee on Bubba's Grave.
It's a joke. It's a fucking joke.
Regardless of the fact.
You still on this? It's a fucking joke, you dumb bitch. It's a fucking joke. I don't know how anyone could think this way. I don't know how anyone could ever say, "Oh, they're pissing on my brother's grave." It's Aunt Kathy just left a bottle of apple juice and she drank it afterwards. I don't know how anyone could ever watch your video. Now you see why I stopped making these types of streams. Because I get pissed off every time she opens her fucking mouth. You'd get pissed off if you were watching her shit.
The fact that video is not available to be watched.
Oh shit, the Dreadworks is on. I'm gonna watch that after this.
Time existed. And the title alone is kind of a crime.
What?
Regardless of if
it's not a crime to create a clickbait title. He had to change the title for the fund for his truck fund. You stupid Momo. How many times do we have to say this? We were calling you out on your bullshit. You claim that you care about your little Bubba. Where were you when he died? Where were you when he needed someone to look after him? Oh, I remember. You were out fucking a chomo. Well, two chomos. One you were married to. One you drove, whom you drove to his underage girlfriend's house for quote unquote emotional support. And the other you helped conceal a murder.
That's what's inside the video or not. We're going to be setting a precedent for how much we can criminalize clickbaiting like that when it's used to target and harass specific individuals.
It's not clickbait, you dumb bitch. Hold on, I need to share something. Bear with me, because I don't want to share my screen. Bear with me. Yes. Yes, don't forget my Amazon birthday wish list. Yes, I had to put that shit out there. All right, we're back. Now back to Mayo. Back to Mary.
And I'm aware I'll never have the money for this lawsuit.
Even if you had money, you're going to lose it all because all he had to do is just all everybody has to do is just pull out the videos where you're pretty much bullshitting. Hell, they can pull out the court records from when you were. Hell, they'll just pull out the court records from when you were an accessory to the murder of Roberta Law. So they'll just pull those court records out about you lying about the whole case.
This is an in my head lawsuit.
In your head. Of course, it's in your head.
I would win.
Of course, in your own reality, you'd win because because again,
but
in real life, you're not gonna.
So much of the Alex Jones suit is equating to what I've been going through because they do the same thing.
See? Now, Oive said, clickbait is not illegal. Let's say all these people are lying about you, like you say. Lying about someone is not illegal. That is not what slander or defamation is. I love to hear what you think these terms mean. These words don't mean somebody lied about me. You have to not only show that those lies caused you monetary damages, you also have to show malice. You can talk about a legal case all you like, but even if you had all the money in the world, you simply do not have a case. You're using words you don't understand. Exactly. Obacasta. So you're going to kick a wasp pipe and then cry when you get stung? Mary, it seems that you've got a lot of time on your hands. So how about getting a job, or at least a part-time job? Trabajo. Oh, Jesus. Ah!
And what's hilarious, she said, like, part of the reason that they aired this one guy who was completely insane was because he kept emailing them. He would send them 12 emails a day.
Really?
The way that Bernice Morgan will send 100 emails a day.
And oh, God damn it. Oh, God damn it, Mary.
And so they're acting like they literally were
like AP said, imagine being this self-centered and narcissistic.
Just had no power to say no to this man. It's baffling. It's absolutely baffling that
because it's not embedded in their brain. They're mentally disabled, like how Letitia says it.
This went on for so long. And he's still so arrogant.
You're arrogant.
About the fact that he feels like he's done nothing wrong. Just like Adonis Paul and Hatman and Daywave and all of them, they're going to continue remaining arrogant.
Imagine being this selfish. Imagine being this narcissistic.
That they have done nothing wrong.
To Letitia?
Until the day actually comes that somebody can afford to sue them.
That's never gonna happen, you dumb bitch. Stop hoping for shit that's probably never gonna happen.
People in my comments are a little upset that I'm covering the Alex Jones case.
Why? Because
somebody said, you didn't lose anybody, so what does it matter? Nobody died.
Thomas the Dank Engine.
Actually...
God damn it!
Earlier...
Thank you, Thomas the Dank Engine. Thank you for putting my name out there. You owe Rickzilla money. You owe me money, Mary. I think I know where that came from. That was on Friday. Hatman didn't encourage people to start shilling my name out there until Saturday. Well, actually, it was Friday. It was Friday. Where Hatman's suggesting that Mary should pay attention to me. Hey, Mary, I hope you're paying attention to me. I'm just saying this. Fuck off. You can't fight against an avatar.
Earlier this year, my mother passed away.
So?
I found out through an email that was extremely cruel. And then there were live streams where they were fundraising money to urinate on my little brother's grave.
Yeah, and? What's the point, Mary? What's the point? You're only just repeating things. Like I said, you know.
And just about a month after my mother passed away, my aunt traveled to Florida and made a video symbolically leaving urine at my little brother's grave.
It's apple juice, you dumb Momo. It's fucking apple juice. She drank it on the way home.
They weaponized my emotions
Fuck
about
off.
both my little brother and my mother's passing away.
Now you're using your mother as a way to garner sympathy? Jesus Christ. Imagine being this selfish. Imagine being this self-centered.
So maybe you should educate yourself a little bit about what these people have done to me before you talk.
Maybe you should too. You should do the same, you dumb Momo. Mary? And now we come to the coup de grace. And now the coup de grace. The moment of truth. The grift. The pity grift. Finally. We are ready. I am ready. Oh, lordy, lordy, lord. Oh, lordy, lordy, lord. Let's get into it.
I'm receiving comments and people who don't believe me, so I'm going to try to quickly explain the situation with my aunt and my little brother's grave.
It was just apple juice, you dumb fuck. It's just apple juice, you stupid Momo.
So, okay, here's what happened.
Don't make me pull up the quote.
Adonis Paul made a video. He does live streams for donations.
Yes,
At the time, he was harassing me.
No, he wasn't. You were harassing him. He just retaliated.
If he made a video that hurt me, he received more money.
Oh, God damn it, Mary.
From the people who were trying to hurt me and willing to pay a man to emotionally hurt me. So, with that in mind, a desperate need to inflict emotional damage upon me, he made his live stream and he titled...
Hold on, let me see the one where...
What I'm loving about the
Never mind that one. Oh, this is the one that pissed most people off. This is the one where she name drops Letitia.
Adonis Paul spends his life seeking out mentally unwell people, harassing them, lying about them so that his legions of fans will harass them and push them even further over the cliffs of mental illness so that they can harass them further for being mentally ill. This is not a job.
Well, he gets paid doing it. But no, he's not harassing anybody.
This is a fucked up lifestyle choice that's eventually going to have him arrested.
Prove it.
Probably after Letitia loses her baby because of everything that's been happening.
No. Letitia's gonna lose custody of her baby once she gives birth. And it's not because of Adonis Paul. It's because of her videos, you stupid idiot. Maybe if you don't know what's going on about this whole shit, about this whole Letitia situation, then you shouldn't be talking about it. Because again, you're only making your argument weaker than it already is.
And they actually start investigating the targeted harassment. He's so excited.
And Letitia's not arguing against AP or any of the other commentary channels. She's upset about the government. She's a targeted individual. She thinks she's a TI. She thinks the government is out to get her, not AP. How narcissistic do you have to be to drag someone else's name in your bullshit? How obsessed are you with Adonis Paul that you think that he's going to kill Letitia? We're more concerned about the baby than we are of Letitia. We don't give a fuck if she dies. We just give a fuck about how the baby being out of her care because she's going to kill that baby. And it's not because of Adonis Paul. It's because she's a mentally unstable, narcissistic cunt who wants everything handed to her on a silver platter. Kind of like you.
Excited to make this woman lose her baby just like he's so excited to push me to kill myself. What he's doing is not a job. What he's doing is criminal and it's eventually going to put him in prison.
Have you been talking to James Clark? Because it sounds like something James Clark would say.
But have fun, I guess.
Oh my god, you are talking to James Clark! Oh my god, you have been talking with James! Where do you think she started learning about Leticia? I think I know. It's a theory. It's a running theory. It's a theory, but I think she found out about Leticia from James. So, which proves that she may have been talking with James. So, well, it goes to show that, yeah, Drazia and James are buddies. Anyway, let's go back to this whole. Let's go back to this one.
He titled it "Fundraiser to Pee on Bubba."
Yeah, but he changed it to the truck, the fundraiser for a new truck because you knew it would. You sent your simps in his chat.
Fundraiser to pee on Bubba's grave. Bubba is my brother.
Yeah, we know. You've been harping that whole justice for Bubba thing for, I don't know, a year. You were using your own brother's name as a way to grift people out of money so that you can buy weed. You don't think we forgot about that, Adrazia? You don't think we forgot about how you were disrespecting your brother's memory by using his name as a way to garner sympathy so that your simps would give you money? Speaking of which, you still owe me money. Actually, no, you owe me TP for my bunghole.
He was born handicapped from abuse from our father.
Yes.
Our father.
No. You don't get cerebral palsy. Well, actually, you can, but again, Bubba's cerebral palsy was genetic.
Our mother. Severely. Their entire marriage. their entire marriage. I laid in bed at night when I was a child and listened to my mother scream and be thrown against walls nearly every night.
So?
When she was pregnant with my brother, our father came home one day angry and decided that it was going to be another girl. He already had 2 girls. He didn't want another.
Now, Go to Jail said he told all of us at the beginning of the stream it was a joke and was really for his truck. He knew you would never actually watch it and would just look at the title. You claim these people make stuff up about you, yet you don't watch anything they make. So how do you know? Exactly. How do you know? How do you know? Phantom and Flan Finger said, on the plus, you got plenty of subs from the attention this calamity produces, which allows you more understanding, a more understanding audience to see you for what you are. Munchausen syndrome can't be fun to suffer from. It allows you time to knit, so get knitting, etc., and sell those creations. Have a nice day. You told Adonis Paul he can't leave. You kept calling him out. He had left you for months. You have many ways to escape, Mary. The ball is in your court now. Yep. You caused what you made your aunt do it. Therefore, it's your fault, not AP's. Don't challenge people to battles you don't want to lose. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Wuhan of Chirac said, AP lives rent-free in your head. Well, that's true. How obsessed do you have to be? How obsessed are you with someone that you would have to make 1,000 videos repeating the same things over and over again? I hate saying this, and I've been saving it for the recent uploads. But yeah. Here it goes. Mary?
Her goddamn girl. And he started hitting her.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, fuck
And he
this.
knocked her to the floor.
Shut up.
And he sat
Suck
on
it.
her stomach.
Eat ass.
And he beat her head into the floor. And it took 4 of the neighbors who had heard the commotion to come and pull him off of her. And then they made up a story about what happened and took her to the hospital. So my father didn't get arrested because everybody made up a story and lied. And my little brother was born brain damaged. And he would spend the rest of his life wearing diapers, drooling on himself.
Why are
eating
we
G-tube, unable to tell anybody how he really felt. My little brother's life was hell because of my parents' abuse. He could have been a normal child if my father had kept his goddamn hands to himself. My little brother was buried without even a marker to show who he was. His father got a marker, but he didn't.
and
For a decade, he was buried there in with this little plaque. So yes, Adonis Paul hurt me quite badly holding a fundraiser to urinate on his grave.
it was a joke, you dumb bitch. Do you not have a sense of humor? It was a fucking joke. It was for his truck. It was for his truck, you stupid idiot. He used that as a clickbait title just so that you would have a reaction. He knew that you would react to this because he knew that you were using your brother's name as a way to garner sympathy from people who don't know the full story. He knew that you were just grifting your audience by using your brother's name in vain. Holy shit, 15. Yes, again, like the stream, folks. Like the stream, share this with your friends, and of course, subscribe to the channel. Click the bell notification, and of course, let the live come to you. We're living in the future, motherfuckers. We're living in the future, baby. This ain't TV time. There's no need for schedules. You can watch my shit whenever you want. And also subscribe to all the channels listed in. Also subscribe to all the channels listed below. You can give me money whenever you want. You can give me money whenever you want. You can pay me whenever you want. You're the boss. You're the boss here. Not me. You're the boss. Even though I always like to shill out my Streamlabs / Rickzilla 0825. You can give me money whenever you want. There's no point in living by the schedule. There's no need for a schedule. Like what the gorilla said. You can watch me anytime you want. You can subscribe, click that bell notification, and the live will come to you.
It was his intention. He wanted to hurt me because
Listen to the gorilla.
The more donations he got, and at that time he really needed donations because he was buying himself a new truck.
He was, and he did buy that new truck. He loves that truck.
Off of my tears, he was buying himself a new truck.
It wasn't off your tears, you idiot. Jealous?
So, I did get upset.
Of course you got upset because you wanted to use your brother as a way, you wanted to use your brother's name as a way to garner money from your simps so that you can smoke weed and get high. He called you out.
As any human should when that situation happens.
I was a baby.
And I made a video saying that he sounded like a scammer.
That sounds like you. Well, takes one to know one. Am I right, Adrazia? Well, I'm not calling him a scammer. I'm calling you a scammer because you're scamming your audience out of money that they don't even have.
Because unless he actually, it's illegal to desecrate a grave like that.
No, it's not. Where did it say it was illegal to desecrate a grave? And he didn't even desecrate a grave. He called you out on your bluff. He changed the title because, again, he knows you respond to titles. How is it possible for someone to be this obsessed about someone that they don't know in real life? That they'll make thousands, if not millions, of videos harassing them, slandering them. And I'm talking about you, Adrazia. Stop slandering Adonis Paul. Stop harassing him. Stop trying to get him to react to you. He's done with you. He's watching Letitia now. Leave him the fuck alone and go back to knitting. You were doing well. You were doing fine without Adonis Paul. You were doing fine without the unwanted attention. And now you go back to this. We were hoping for Adrazia. We were hoping for you to have a redemption arc. But at this point, there's no hope for you. There's no redemption for you. You're a lost cause. We were hoping that you get better. We were hoping that you would redeem yourself, but that shit is out of the window.
And so I knew he wasn't going to drive to Florida and video himself committing a crime that I could easily have him arrested for. So I said, well, you're not going to do that because I would have you arrested if you posted evidence of you doing that to my brother.
He didn't say he was going to piss on his grave. He called your bluff out.
So it's a scam. So you're saying you're raising the money for this, but you're not raising the money for this.
Nope.
And that made his followers mad. How dare you call him a scam artist? You're the scam artist.
Which you are. You are a
Needing
scam
money
artist.
to exist.
You are needing money to get high.
Just because you can't take care of yourself, you're the scam artist.
True.
All we wanted was a new truck.
He wanted a new truck. He wanted a new truck. And I want a tablet. I want a tablet with a built-in I want a drawing tablet with a built-in monitor. Which I need to start raising money for that. I need to start raising money so I can buy a tablet with a built-in monitor. So that I can make my brand. So that I can make my brand and make my avatar look badass.
Off of the back of your tears. This was last year that he did this. In February of this year, my mother passed away. And my aunt had an excuse to go to Florida to visit her grave. While my aunt was in Florida visiting my mother's grave, she visited my brother. And she left a bottle of apple juice at his grave. And she made a video.
Adonis Paul says, "You mean the mother that you try to blackmail?" Yep, that's the mother. Yep, AP, that's the mother she tried to blackmail and to validate her bullshit stories about how her father raped her and abused her as a kid. Get the fuck out of here, Mary. Like I said, leave Adonis Paul's name out of your goddamn mouth. Go back to knitting. Go back to playing shitty emulators on your shitty Obama phone.
Showing that she had left the bottle of apple juice.
Yes,
and
booby.
She titled it "Standing In for a Friend."
Yeah, Adonis Paul says, "You mean the mother you tried to blackmail for life-saving organs? The mother you said you were going to prosecute or not for not stopping your father from abusing you 20 years ago? The mother you told the world was a drunken prostitute that did nothing but neglect and abuse her kids?" Yeah, exactly, AP. That
Friend. And she made it clear that she visited my little brother and she left a bottle of apple juice at his grave for Adonis Paul.
And she drank that bottle of apple juice, you idiot. She drank that bottle of apple juice on the way back, on the car ride back home. Because, again, you're an idiot. Adrazia, you are a fucking idiot. You keep repeating the same stories over and over again. Adrazia, do you know Adrazia, do you know what the definition of insanity is? The definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over again and expecting a different outcome. And that's what you've been doing for the past 2 years. You've been repeating the same, and that's what you've been doing this past year. You've been repeating the same bullshit story about how Adonis Paul is sending his fans to kill you. Adonis Paul is trying to murder you. Aunt Kathy is sending Adonis Paul and his fans out to kill you. You're no better. You're no better than Letitia. At least Letitia is mad at the government. But you and James are obsessed with people that call you out. All Letitia does is rope everyone in as if we're all a hive mind. Everyone, like the YouTube, like the commentary community, the government, the state of Arkansas, the taxpayers, the Illuminati, Letitia sees everyone as like a hive mind.
Who had fundraised to go to his grave and leave urine. And the closest legal alternative she found was a bottle of apple juice. It didn't matter what it was. Symbolically, my aunt visited and pissed on my little brother's grave.
No, she didn't, Mary. She didn't piss on your little brother's grave.
For Adonis Paul. She thought it was such a good idea, you know. Because it hurt me so well.
Of course it hurts you. Why don't you punch yourself, Mary? You're good at faking your faking self-harm. You're good at faking self-harm. That you'll slap your knee and hurt. Why don't you go hurt, Adrazia? If it hurts you, why don't you hurt your... Well, I'm not saying actually hurt yourself. I mean fake punching yourself in the face, because we have all seen you fake punch yourself. You're slapping... We know that you're slapping your knees while moving your fist into your face and not even touching it. You're slapping your knees. You were slapping your knees.
Adonis Paul's fundraiser video has been deleted. Because he deletes anything that could actually cause him trouble.
No, it wasn't. Someone flagged his channel down. Well, it's back up, but again, you got so pissy that you flagged the stream. He got rid of the title because it was a clickbait title. He got rid of it. He got rid of the title because, again, he knew that he was calling you out on your bluff. You can't seem to let go of anything.
And he'll deny.
And this is a common theme with all lolcows, is they refuse to let go of the past. You know how James always keeps saying that, oh, everybody is stalking him ever since, well, never mind. James cannot let go of the past either. He keeps bringing up how Eliana betrayed him, how Daywave stole Eliana from him. And yet you're still talking about the nurse. You're obsessed.
It ever existed. He'll keep saying that was for a truck. It was for a truck. It was for a truck.
It was for a truck.
It wasn't titled that it was for a truck. It was titled fundraiser to urinate on Bubba's grave. And my aunt did it for him symbolically. Made it clear as day. Why?
Yes, that's right. Yes, she has like 4,000 videos privated. So yeah, Mary, you lose. You fucking lose, you fat Momo. And yes, I'm using AP's favorite word, Momo.
She was doing.
I mean, Moo. I should say Moo because
what she
you're
was
a cow,
doing.
Mary.
And that video is still up on her channel.
Well,
still titled "Standing in for a Friend."
She was standing in for a friend. AP and Virgie. Speaking of which, don't you owe Virgie money? I mean, how much do you owe him now? Like $6 million? 12 million? Oh my God, Mary, you're pathetic. You're a sad, pathetic excuse for a human being. You, Letitia, and James would be perfect roommates. Even though we all believe that you are the time-traveling hobo who is the grandchild of Letitia. Because, well, James is the time traveling pedo who is actually the child of Letitia, and then Letitia, and from some reason Letitia took his DNA to create a Drasdia. So yeah, you're basically siblings in a sense.
Still with the thumbnail of my little brother's grave and a bottle of apple juice, and everybody who watches Adonis Paul or me or her knew exactly.
Oh yeah, that's right. He does delete them all.
That meant symbolically.
I see no tears coming down your face, Mary. So again, you're lying. You're fucking lying. You fat Momo. You fat moo.
Adonis Paul deletes the evidence of his crimes.
You Quasimodo looking bitch.
Done anything.
You're lying.
And
You're
when
fucking
you're trying
lying.
to hurt somebody,
That's some ASMR shit going on there, Mary.
Symbolically is just as
You're
good
fucking
as
lying.
real.
You're a fucking liar.
You couldn't have hurt me any more when it comes to my brother than you did.
Again. You didn't even know your brother. And care about him. In fact, you were jealous of your brother because he was getting the attention and you weren't. So yeah, that throws your argument out the window.
And I know that you'll laugh at that and you'll get money donations from people for me doing this. It only proves the kind of a human being that you are.
Yep.
And why I want to escape you so badly.
And now you can't use your brother as a shield anymore. So now who would you be using as a shield now? Oh wait, I know. Leticia. So now you're going to use Letitia as a shield to hide behind by saying that Adonis Paul Adonis Paul's going to cause her to lose her baby. No, bitch. Leticia is going to be the cause of her losing her baby if she continues to threaten it. You saying Adonis Paul is causing Letitia stress to the point where she's going to miscarry. There's a thing about Letitia is that she doesn't name drop people. She doesn't give a fuck about AP. She thinks that the government, the entire world is out to get her. She thinks that all of us, the people that review her channel, review her videos, the government, the state of Arkansas, and everyone else, the doctors, the police, the psychiatrists, the government, the FBI, CIA. She thinks that we're all a collective. She thinks that we're all a hive mind. Why do you think she doesn't name names aside from JW and her mom and Angel and Thomas? Why do you think she doesn't refer to anyone by names? Because she thinks everybody is in on it. And it was clickbait, by the way, you fat Momo. You poopy face. It was clickbait. And let's not forget, you gross people out by filming your own poopy. You filmed your own shit. Because you put you try to flush a tampon down the toilet. Do you not understand that tampons are not flushable? They're not disposable. You throw that shit away. You don't put it in the toilet. No wonder it was clogged. You disgusting bitch. At least AP had an excuse to use his Beavis voice. And I'm pretty sure that stream got taken down. And it was on Virgie's channel back before his previous channel got nuked. Before he got IP banned. Now you see The Wrong Neighborhood. And also there's the Dreadworks. That's the show that Lois Lopez and Rob Lesbian are doing right now, which I'm trying to wrap this shit up so that I can watch Lois Lopez and Rob Lesbian.
Now,
Rob Buff Diver.
In my comments, you
Muff
know
Diver.
you didn't do that. The title was clickbait.
Yes.
It was meant to hurt you. I said that in the video. It doesn't make it any better. They're trying to use that same argument in the
God damn it, AP. Oh my god. Let's not forget that Adrastia's pussy has the acidic property of Adrastia's pussy has the acidic property of an alien xenomorph. And also, same thing with Letitia.
Alex Jones trial.
Alex
Saying
Jones.
That many of the titles of the things that they
Poopy.
posted,
You are poopy.
they didn't actually talk about in the videos.
You still
They
owe me
just
TP, Mary.
Posted the title to get people through the door.
You
So
still owe me
once they're
TP,
through the
Mary.
door, they could buy
You will
Alex
cooperate.
Jones's supplements.
Oh my god, I fucking love how Alex Jones InfoWars supplements is vitality vitamins. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh fuck. I mean, look at you. Look. I mean, then again, Alex Jones might be onto something. Those guys at InfoWars, they probably might be onto something. I mean, I'm looking at you with your lazy eye. I mean, how do we know that Adrastia is not a reptilian? I mean, if Alex Jones saw you, he'd probably call you a reptilian because you kind of you don't even look human. I mean,
Adonis Paul used my brother in the title to bring people in because it would hurt me, and once people were in the door, he could collect their donations.
yep. And no. AP had his vitality supplements in check because, again, we're looking at a reptilian here.
It's the same thing. These people use other people's emotional weak points for their financial gain.
The thing is, Adrasia, your emotions are not real. You fake emotions because, again, you are incapable of empathy. You are incapable of sympathizing for anyone. You, James, and Letitia are incapable of having any emotion. That's why you try to tug at people. You try to antagonize people because you know that people will react to you.
I'm aware that he said in the video that he was actually fundraising to get himself a new truck.
And he did get a new truck, and it is a badass. And yet, he still looks like... And yet, James still will never score. And you can't even afford to even live in a truck because, again, you are a bum. You're a lazy bum at that, Adrastia. Not only are you a lazy bum, you're also insane. Because you keep repeating the same shit over and over again, hoping that someone with half a brain and a pocket full of pesos is going to believe you. That is the definition of insanity.
Does not change the clickbait title he
Fuck off with that clickbait shit, Mary.
that used my brother.
And yes, I'm
my
basically a
emotional
lizard.
instability to get people through the door to get his truck donations.
Actually, I look like I look like a demon more than a lizard. Because
So
let it go. Exposing the truth only targets the reputation of. Yeah. We still need to get married to start looking. Because again,
someone is trying to shame me, saying, well, don't you think it's disrespectful
well, it is disrespectful.
to tarnish your brother's memory by talking about these things?
Yes.
I think it's disrespectful to allow abusers to hide behind excuses like, well, we don't want to tarnish our victim's reputation by telling the world what we did to them.
Yes. Yes. Holy shit, 17 watching? Oh, yeah. Share that shit. Share this with your friends. Subscribe to the channel. Get me to 500 subs. Yep. Well, actually, scratch that. Get me to 1,000 if you have to. Well, in time, you'll get me to 1,000. But 500 is, hell, you can get me to 600 by, I don't know, next week? The week after? Before my birthday? Anyway, click that bell notification and the live will come to you. I said, you can give me anything, anytime, anytime you want. You're the boss here. I'm just the employee. You're the boss here. My audience is my boss.
It's almost like you don't want to tarnish the abuser's reputation because the victim has already been tarnished.
Shh.
In this case, the victim is dead. And I feel like the most respectful thing I could do for my brother is to scream out at the top of my lungs every day for as long as I feel necessary.
Well, then start screaming, Mary. And never stop. Live up to the title of your pamphlet, Mary. Live up to the title.
That he was abused.
Yeah, we know. Hashtag justice for Bubba. If I'm not mistaken, he was getting the attention. He was getting attention from everyone else, and you were jealous of him. And yet you're using your brother's name as a way to grift your simps.
He was created by abuse.
It's cerebral palsy can be genetic, you dumb Momo.
His entire life was a misery. And then after he passed away, he was buried in an unmarked grave for nearly a decade. And after that, his own blood aunt used his
Justice for Jubba.
to continue abusing me.
Murderer.
Because I
mean, Mary. No, you didn't escape from shit. You ran away from home to marry a chomo with an underage girlfriend. And you would drive your husband to said girlfriend's house for quote unquote emotional support, not realizing that you're facilitating the sexual assault of a minor. And it took you like 4 years to realize what he had been doing. Then again, you were still a teenager.
escaped.
And then you hooked up with a chomo.
They can't abuse me now.
And then you hooked up with a chomo, another chomo, with a fiance who had the same condition as your brother, like only less severe. And then you sent emails to that chomo demanding him to, quote unquote, get rid of her. And he did by strangling her to death. And you watched as he did it. And then you escorted him to the Walmart to purchase a shovel to bury her body in the backyard. And then you sold all of her possessions and spent all that money until you ran out, and then waited 5 weeks after you buried her body. And then you went to the police. And then, yeah. And then he went to jail and is serving a life sentence without parole. So, yeah. Except you are still free. You are still free, Mary. Because, again, they saw you, the courts saw you as a battered victim. Or you were pleading insanity. You went for the insanity plea. And they didn't do nothing to you. They were more happy of, well, actually, no, scratch that. Kenneth took a plea bargain to, took a plea bargain for a guilty verdict. Took that plea bargain so that you wouldn't end up getting incriminated. So he pled guilty. So you wouldn't go to jail.
Was through things like that. My family
Same here.
should not be allowed to get away with what they've done. You're not going to shame me into silence by saying that I'm making my brother look bad. Nothing.
Well, you are making your brother look bad. You're using his name to grift your followers on Facebook.
Could make my brother look bad. My brother was an angel.
And describe, if you love your brother so much, then give us one memory, one actual memory you have of him. Don't say, oh, he was an angel. Don't say that he had cerebral palsy. He couldn't walk. Yes, we know that. What memory do you have, a fond memory you have of your brother? Give us one memory. Oh, wait, you can't. You can't think of one instance where you were actually fond of your brother. Because you weren't fond of your brother. You were jealous that he was getting attention. And you left. So, nice try, Mary, but no dice.
He couldn't speak.
We know.
So what is he gonna say to hurt anybody? He had no control over his limbs, so who was he going to punch? There's no tarnishing the reputation of an innocent soul that had no way to even fight.
Exactly, Gricia. Exactly, Grisella. They think that using mental illness will excuse them from being normal.
Back against the monstrous life he was given.
If I'm not mistaken, he had it easy compared to how you claim he suffered. You claim he suffered, but in actuality, he had it easy because he was getting attention. He was getting care. That's something you would never do. That's something you didn't like because, again, you wanted to be the center of attention.
So no, it doesn't tarnish him.
Exactly.
Tell the world what his family was and what they are still doing.
Mary, I just described the definition of insanity. But you're on a whole other level.
It makes my family look like the trash that they are. And that brings a lot of respect.
I know James will use this as a way to go after Adonis Paul and report him to the FBI because he needs to be in the spotlight too. He knows that AP, Hatman, and ROTC are busy with Leticia, and he might want to get in on this. But then again, he's fizzled out. He's a dead topic. James is a dead horse. We can't beat him enough. He's basically a skeleton at this point. The buzzers have already picked him clean.
A lot of respect to their victims.
He's just a pile of bones now.
One is dead and one is still fighting to be heard. Right here.
She'll never stop screaming.
Every day.
She'll never stop screaming.
And I'll fight until my last breath to be heard for both of us.
You're not gonna fight that long, you dumb Momo. And this is gonna be my last video, so we're gonna end it out with this one. Fuck you, Adrastia. You will never see me doing this shit again. Unless you piss me off. Unless you start coming after me. Which I highly doubt is gonna happen. No matter how many times Hatman persuades you to watch my videos. You're still gonna be obsessed with Adonis Paul. Because you refuse to let go of the past. You refuse to let go of grudges. Your obsession with Adonis Paul is causing you to go completely mad.
Now you were talking about your brother and crying and whining about your brother.
Which you were.
People were donating to you, so that gives us the right to lie and profit off of your brother.
Well, we didn't lie about your brother. We just called him a potato. And you got upset over that. And we called you out on your bluff.
No, it doesn't. It really, really doesn't. Because he's my brother. My pain about his situation is my pain. My emotions are my emotions.
Hey, Rachel.
He was my brother. It was my life. Talking about it on my channel does not give you the right to profit off of my brother or my pain.
Yeah. Nice try, Mary. But you're not actually in pain. You put yourself in the situation you are in. You hold yourself hostage so that idiots like James will use this as a way to go after people. Which, of course, James, I hope you're watching. Come and save Adrastia. Because we need you. Because we're getting tired of Letiti right now. We're tired of her pity parties. We need you to start defending Adrastia. We need you to come back and start shit up again with AP, Hatman, and ROTC. Come on, James. We know you can do it. We also know you're never going to score, James.
It's not yours to profit off of.
The thing is, your pain is not real, Mary. Your pain is fake. You are incapable of feeling any emotion. Hence why you're faking your meltdowns constantly. You can produce real tears, but they're not genuine. Because 1 minute later, you're going to be happy because someone gave you money for weed. You're going to threaten suicide constantly. You're going to threaten suicide. You're going to hit yourself. You're going to fake another meltdown. Watch. I'm waiting. I'll be waiting when you fake another meltdown. I'll be waiting when you hit yourself again. Heart, heart.
Oh, but people pay you. You profit off of your pain. Okay, it's my pain. Okay, I sometimes profit. I wrote a book about my pain.
It wasn't. It was more like a pamphlet. It was more like a brochure. And it's not even your pain. You just ripped off Flowers in the Attic. You ripped off A Child Called It. Hell, you even ripped off Silence of the Lambs. It wasn't your pain, you stupid Momo. You filthy liar.
That's a profit off of my pain, but you know what? It's my pain, not yours.
Well,
That's
she is
the difference.
Again, it's not your pain. You were ripping off. You were inserting yourself in other stories. Just one instance of just one glance at your book gives me the impression that this is a work of fiction. It's basically an overglorified fan fiction. It's not an autobiography.
If anybody's going to profit off of it, it's going to be me because it's mine.
No, you ripped off someone else. You ripped off a few authors. So yeah, your argument is invalid, you stupid Momo. Anyway, that's gonna be... Woo! I think that's gonna be weird. But then again, Mary, I shall give you one more palate cleanser. Ay, Adrazia, you are the dumbest person I've ever seen. Oh, shit. Ori is live too? Okay, so we're just probably going to share a little something from Mr. Clean himself. The Clean Urine Stash. We will be sharing a story. Oh, yeah. This is going to be one last video. I'm going to end it out with a little bit of titty. And then we're going to call it an evening.
I wonder about her
Poopy.
overall health. I hope she's okay. I really do.
Say poopy.
I just
Poopy.
sat down
Poopy.
and took crap because, and I looked at her content
Poopy.
and I thought, this is the
You still owe me TP.
time to share with everyone.
I need TP.
while I'm
More
taking a
TP.
shit, and then literally taking a shit
Poopy.
on her and her content.
Poopy.
And I
Poopy.
think to myself, I don't care about exposing myself anymore. That's how it is. So whatever video she created,
This is directed towards Original Owl.
clips and excerpts of me and talking down about my situation, you can tell that she's just lonely, very lonely in her life to have.
She's either talking I think here she's talking about either Original Owl or Jeremy's mom. Either way, she's fucking petty. And I'm talking about Letitia.
To do that, lonely within herself because she has no
You will
peace
cooperate.
within her to harass someone, a complete stranger that has greater opinions than
I'm going to
she
end it
does.
off with a little bit of titty, and then we're going to
Other
end it out.
instances, I have to wipe my ass right now.
Oh,
I'm
poopy.
not sitting here with crusty poo-poo on my booty. No, thank you.
Yeah, we know about how you wipe your ass. You dirty poopy you got poopy on your finger, Letitty. She got poopy on her finger. We know how she wipes her ass.
I'm like, and then I got to shower because that's gross.
Yeah, we know. Poopy. You are poopy.
Poop particles.
Poopy.
And most people just wipe
Poopy.
with tissue.
Okay, yeah, I'm being a bit childish saying poopy. It's a Mandela thing for me. Because I thought that Beavis said poopy, but he said poop. Poop.
Some people wipe with their hand.
Poop.
Ugh.
You wipe with your hand. We know you put your own finger in your own butthole and lick the shit.
Do you know the bacteria? Do you know the diseases that get spread through your own
Eat
fecal matter?
ass.
Ugh. One time I was in a psych ward and I got so pissed off because I had to be there.
The supreme,
Took my
yes,
shit
Letitia
and threw it
is
on
the supreme
wall.
intellect.
And I was like, wait a second.
Letitia is the supreme intellect.
Don't come into the bathroom, you creeps.
Eat ass, Letitia.
Eesh, that shit'll go to your brain.
Hey man, you already know who it is. Your boy Lil B. Hey man, it's that Hoop Life mixtape. This that pretty boy
True.
music. If you in the streets, man, you in the gutter, man, you got bitches, slap this. You feel me? Fucking your heart. Giddy up.
All right. That's going to do it for tonight. Thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you for sticking around with me on this beautiful Sunday evening. If you like what I do, please hit that like button, share this with your friends, and subscribe. We are on the verge of 500. And also, if you feel generous and want to donate a few dollars, you can also check out the Streamlabs. Streamlabs /Rickzilla025, or you can check out my PayPal. PayPal Rickzilla54. PayPal /Rickzilla54. If you, you can donate to me anytime you want. You can even subscribe anytime. You can click the bell notification, and of course, the live will come to you. Once again, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for showing up. That being said, I'm Rickzilla, and I am going to catch the rest of the Drag Works with Royce Lopez and Rob Lesbian. I will see you on Wednesday for the Zilla show. Thank you, and good night.